So you'll find everything nicely packed, looks like. This one is charger, and it's a 3 amp charger, which is good. So they include the pedals, the wrench, and the multi-tool. Also over here is something else. Let's see. Oh, this one is a bell. So they do include manual bell. And over here you'll find another box. Let's see what is inside. In this box you'll find actually the display. And here's how it will look from the side of the box. The first step, you would remove this bracket from the stem in order to attach the handlebar. So you would remove these 4 bolts. Next, I would bring the handlebar up. Okay. And reattach the same bracket with the same bolts you just removed. And the next step, you would attach the wheel. Before you attaching the wheel, make sure you remove all these nuts from both sides with a washer from both sides. Then you would step on this plastic. This one is a fork protector. You would remove this plastic and insert the wheel. Make sure you insert between the brake pads, the disc, and now the wheel is in. And then you would put the washer first and the nut you removed and tighten up. And you do this on both sides, then you'll use the wrench to tighten them up. Next step, you would need to attach the fender and the headlight. You would need to remove this bolt on this side and also one for the headlight on the top. And that's how it's gonna look. So you will attach right over here with the same bolts and the headlight. The fender's part is going behind the mounting of the headlight right over here and tighten up with the nuts from behind. Then you take these 2 wires from the headlight and right over here. Over here you'll find some arrow, same thing you'll find on this side, and you just align them and push from both sides like this, and it's already attached. The next, you would need to attach this rack. Before attaching the rack, you would need to remove this 2 bolts from one side, same thing from another side with Allen key. You would need to attach the rack with these 2 bolts from both sides, and then reattach the fender on the rear over here as well. The next step to attach this display. So it comes with 2 washers, which you don't need it because the handlebar already wide. So you would remove these 2 bolts from this part and then just reattach it from both sides with the same bolts you just removed on this side. And you do the same thing on this side as well. To attach this controller, and you will just remove this bolt from this side as well and put it over the handlebar. It's like plastic, and then retighten from another side right over here, and then you would reposition the way it's more comfortable for you to control with your thumb. The next step, to attach the pedals, make sure you attach R to the right side and L to the left side. And tighten now with a wrench. If you don't attach it correctly, they're gonna fall off while you're riding. And now you will attach the seat, insert it, tighten up from both sides with hands, and close this latch. And here's how the Mayor bike will look once you assemble it. So let me show you how I will look on this bike. And I'm 5'11", and the position is actually pretty comfortable. It's more like straight up, but you do have some adjustment to do if you need to. So let me show you more about this bicycle, but before I will talk to you about the sizes. So the seat can go as low as 33 inches down from the ground and as high as 40 inches from the ground. Also, the handlebar is about 44 inches from the ground, but because the way it's made, you can move a little bit low or higher, so it's a little bit adjustable, and you can move a little bit close to you or further. So it's a really nice handlebar, which is 28 inches wide. So the step-through frame is actually very useful not only for seniors or women, as used to be advertised, or ladies, because it's easy to get on the bike. While if you have a cargo on the back over here, any basket or anything, it will be really hard to flip over your leg. When it's nothing, you can do it. It's not hard. But if you try with the basket on, it will be really hard. That's why I always recommend to get a step-through frame if it's possible, and some bicycles don't have the option, but this one comes with a step-through, which is great. And Mayer have a tire which is 26 by 4 inches wide. It's by Chiang. The PSI level is up to 20 PSI in these tires, so I recommend to put between 15 to 18 PSI based on your preference, of course, but check before you put, because the tires might be different from different batch, even with the same model. Also, make sure before you start to ride this bicycle to put correct pressure in the tires, and also charge the battery until the battery charge. And to find out how fully charged, check your charging block. It should turn to green while you're charging, and then it means the battery is fully charged. And Mayer come with a mechanical disc brakes, which is 180 millimeters. It's 750 motor, that's what they say, but I don't see any marking on the motor. It does come with nice rack. It comes with a tail light and also brake light and signal lights, which is easy to control with your thumb. It's located right on the handlebar and easy to reach. Also, there's a dedicated button for the light. You just push on it and the light will be on. It comes with nice colorful display. Over here a little film which I didn't remove, and that's why it's not as bright, I guess, but there's a protective film. I'm gonna leave it on. You can see battery level, trip, odometer, max and average, and you can switch by pressing the I information. But I have full video again in description how to use and how to change the speed from 28 to 32 miles an hour. The bike also comes with a 7 Shimano gear shifter by Tourney derailleur, and Mayer model also comes with a thumb throttle. Comes with a front basket options to attach on the front, as you can see. The Mayer comes with a large battery, which is 48 volt by 20 amp, which is 960 watt hours. You can easily remove it by inserting the key, twisting it, and push on the bottom over here under the battery. Okay, and it's easy to remove it. The button you need to push in order to remove the battery, and then it's very easy to insert it. You just insert on the bottom and push it back and remove the key. The charging port is located on the side from the over here. It does come with options to attach the bottle over here and another bottle over here if you need to. Mayer bike come with mud guards front and rear already included in this bike. The Mayer bike comes with a preload adjustment, fork, and also locking mechanism for locking the fork compression. It also comes with very comfortable saddle seat for long rides. Alright, so let's go for the speed test to see how the bicycle actually performs. I'm running on the pedal assist level 1 right now with gear number 7. I did adjustment on the brakes and also derailleur a little bit. So you do need to do some adjustment, but it's all varies. Sometimes I got the bike from Senada when I do zero adjustment. So it's always good to take it to the shop actually. If you are not sure how to do that, the shop can do brakes adjustment, derailleur, and it should be just maintenance as always. So now I'm gonna get to the point where we're gonna do speed test, and I'm gonna go with pedal assist level 5. I believe the throttle, it depends, but we're gonna check it out as well. So now I'm gonna use the throttle only, and I did change the speed to 32 miles an hour in settings, and let's see how fast it can go. It's 19, 20, oh, it's nice acceleration, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, so it's 27, and on display was 27 and 8, so it's almost 28. I think if I ride a little bit longer, it would hit 28 miles an hour. So let's start over this way again with pedal assist level 5 and go. It's 14, 16, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 25, 27, 28, 29, 30 on display, so 29, so it made 29 miles an hour with good pedaling, but I didn't really feel like ghost pedaling. And now I'm gonna test the brakes to see if they can stop the bike on this higher speed. 29, and I'm gonna brake. Yeah, the brakes, as you could see, didn't really lock the wheel, so mechanical brakes always not a really good idea to have on the fast speed bikes. So this bike went with me on up to 29 miles based on the GPS, and let's see how much on display was 30, a little bit above 30, so I would say very solid 29. You can go probably faster if you pedal better, but without load it takes about, it can go about 30 miles an hour. So I'm gonna switch to gear level 1, or actually to pedal assist level 1, and switch to, actually I'll turn it off. Let's test it out, because we already tested the brakes. We could see the brakes actually does not lock the wheel. That's very important sometimes, but depends on the speed you gotta go. So definitely with high speed it's better to have hydraulic brakes, but they don't really squeak, but still you have to really very hard to push them in order to stop quicker. That's how the mechanical works, and it's 180 millimeters, which is good, but still mechanicals. So now I switch to 0, so it means there's no pedal assist at all, and going about 8 miles an hour. I'm gonna switch to gear number 4, so it's much easier to pedal. Actually gear number 3 now, so I feel much better now. So you can pedal it no problem as regular fat tire bikes, and the position actually really comfortable on this bike. The hands rested very well on these handlebars. I did not adjust it well yet to my preference, but I'll do it next time. So I just want to, actually this is the first time I'm riding this bike, so let's see. And the throttle is depend on pedal assist. So if you want to go to the top speed on throttle, you do need to have pedal assist to level 5, and I believe you can change some settings inside, and the password I used was 1212. If it doesn't work on your model, you might want to contact Senada and they might give you correct password, because in order to make the change you do need to have a password. But it's a very comfortable pedaling, even without power. So if you run out of like juice in the battery, which is actually large battery, 20 amp, and the good about riding, and this bike actually cadence sensor, it's not torque, so it's cadence sensor. It depends how fast I pedal it, or not even pedal it, just move my feet like this slowly, it will go to the top speed wherever pedal assist level set up. So cadence sensor might be good for some people, the people who has knee problems, who doesn't want to pedal as hard. So it's my fit benefit some older folks, so whoever doesn't want really to get pedaling too much on this bike, because that's why they buy e-bike, so they can get recovery on the knees and just get in shape. Because if you buy a torque sensor like they have a Osprey bike, it's great, but then you have a little bit harder to pedal on it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go for hill test and see how the bicycle actually perform. So it's about 3 miles ride, and let's go. The ride actually very smooth. The front fork works great on this bike. It's feels like it's a hydraulic, and the bike actually not as loud. Pretty nice ride on the bike, very comfortable seat, the position. So the only weak points on this bike, I think it would be the brakes. All right, so we're getting close to the hill, the one I'm gonna test it on, and I tested here many bikes already. So not all 750 motors can actually go up to this hill, mostly with 26 inches tires. So I don't really have high expectation. Hopefully we'll make it half hill without damaging the motor, because it does. I know that some bikes got motor damage after this hill. So let's see how it will handle it. And I'm gonna switch to pedal assist level 5, which is top throttle, and we're gonna stop over here, and then I notice this elevation. So right now it's 792 elevation level on this GPS speedometer, and now I'm gonna go throttle only up to this hill and see. We're gonna see how elevation on this hill first as well, and the speed. So I'm going about 60 miles an hour, which is not bad, but let's see if it actually can pull me up to this hill, which sometimes does not happen on 750 watt motors. And I'm gonna try to stay on the bike as much as I can, and let's see if I can pass this point where most of the bikes would stop. So now it's about 7 miles an hour, which still pulling me up, which is good sign. And the motor actually I can hear as normal. I don't hear any unusual like sounds, which is also a good part. So far it's 6 miles an hour, which is also not bad, but it's still pulling, and I have good news, it might make it. So far it's 6 miles an hour on GPS, and if it makes up to the hill, so the motor have enough power and good speed so far. So wow, actually it did make it 6 miles an hour. It's actually not bad. On GPS on displays was 6.5. So actually it's made it. And the most important, I couldn't hear any issue with the motor, because some bikes like Bafang motors I tested before, it was making about 4 miles or like 6 miles an hour, actually less, I think 4 miles with 750 motor. But there was issue that they would start to make extra sounds, like, so all this gear start to make like sounds like the motor will just blow off. So here's a hill, very steep. I can say that it's very comfortable to ride this bike. The front fork works really good, so it looks like it's 80 millimeter travel, maybe even more, because as you can see it's going up to here, so it's about at least 80 millimeters travel. And it looks like it's hydraulic fork, which is works Very decent and nice, I think, very good on this bike. The tires, it's all terrain, so you can go basically on any road. The motor is not as loud as usually would be, so the only thing I noticed, like weak part on this Senada bike, always mechanical brakes, and as a frame you can see all this welding, but then the space, I guess you don't really need to fill it up, but I would like to see all clean up. Again, some company make really clean, some company just weld it the way it will be strong, and that's it. It does build a little bit different, the design, and it's not the same as other bicycle. As you can see, it's like more angles over here, so the frame will be different design with more support over here. So it should be pretty strong frame with two options to attach the bottles. As you can see, one over here and one over here. You can even attach the battery extra if you need to. A nice rack, full signals, like you got turn signals, tail light, brake light, so it's safe to ride at night. So it's performance really good on this bike, comfortable riding. It can go up to 29 miles based on my weight, which is 215 pounds. If you're lighter, you might go faster. Again, with throttle only, it was like about 27, almost 28. If it's a longer stretch, probably will go faster. And I only put like about 15 psi in tires, so if you put more psi up to 20, it will go probably faster as well. If you lighter, it can go up to 32 miles an hour on throttle only. I like the thumb throttle. It's everything on the bike full adjustable, so you can adjust the way it's positioned. Handlebar, you can attach mirror, as I said before. You can change the brakes if you don't want to. It's only like $100 to replace the brakes. Usually if you do it by yourself, 100 to 150. Hydraulic brakes, very easy to replace usually. But again, it's nice bike. I'm not sure what the price gonna be on this bike. You can check link in description for extra discounts. Senada always have specials when you buy two bikes or promotions, so you might want to check link in description to see what the current price for this bike gonna be. And as first impression, pretty good, very strong. Not every bike would make up to that hill, and it made it pretty fast, 6 miles an hour. For this, for 26 inches, I think it's one of the fastest bike actually. Great bike for going off-road or just as a commuter bike or just ride on the beach. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.